Hey, welcome back, Global Farm. It's your girl BJ here with another heartbreaking, or would I say, a very, very emotional story. Of course, you know how we do it on Global Gist with BJ, where we bring you stories that the mainstream media will never want to touch, especially when it has got to do with Black people. So you are going to enjoy this. Please do not leave. Make sure you've subscribed to my channel as I bring you the story of a 9-year-old girl who was born in America to Haitian parents, yet deported because her parents were not really, really documented immigrants. And she's not the only one. This is happening more and more, and this should call for a global concern. It should have all of us worried. So the story is here. According to US reports, though not fully confirmed, a 9-year-old US born to Haitian parents was recently detained with her mother in Georgian ICE facility, even though she's US citizen by birth. ICE agents claim her citizenship is being challenged because her parents are undocumented and her birth records are in dispute. Come on, you guys. Is this even supposed to be like that? That your parents are Haitian and they move into America, have you there? Normally, according to the American 48th Amendment, if you're born in the US, you're automatically a citizen. But that means, in this her case, this means the child is born in American hospital. She's holding a birth certificate, a US birth certificate, but she is forcibly removed to a country she has never even visited before. Can you imagine that? That I am born in the US, for instance, and I'm 9 year old, and that I'm detained to be deported to a country. Let's say my parents are Haitians, and now they're deporting I to a country that I've never visited before. That is pure hilarious, and for me, I'll call that wickedness. This whole thing is all tied to the growing push to end birthright citizenship, something certain American politicians, mostly on the far right, have been demanding for years. I wonder why they'll be demanding this. And I'm very sure that it's going to be the whites. I'm sure because I'm not sure the black ones would push for things like this, knowing fully well how they got to America. Their ancestors were taken back there as slaves, most of them, quote unquote. I don't think a black politician, American politician, will actually fight for this. So that is why I'm saying this particular agenda is for those white ones. They argue that children of undocumented immigrants shouldn't be allowed to stay even if they are born in US soil. And now that fringe opinion is becoming actually a policy. God. And guess who is hitting the hardest? Guess who it is hitting the hardest, you guys? The black immigrants, the Haitians, the Nigerians, the Cameroonians, people who don't have the right look or the right passport. Exactly, you said it all. Yeah, people who are either brown or black. Yes, it hits us the most, and that is why we are worried about it. Under the 14th Amendment, any child born in the US, in the United States, is considered a citizen, period. But ICE is now questioning documents, parent status, and even hospital records to delay or block the citizenship. You guys, this is pure wickedness. This is bad. So technically, the girl is American, but they are looking for loopholes to deport her and her mother. Anyways, but it's sad, anyways. But is it happening? Yes, it's happening. It's scary because they can do it to her. They can do it to any of us. They can do it to her, they can do it to any of us. Especially if you're black, foreign and undocumented. You guys, your case is different. So I would want you all to watch these videos, right, of people who have had this similar, experience. And then we will be back to continue with this particular story of this 9-year-old. I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you in the commentaries, you girl. I'm not going away. Let's keep watching.
Children over in Los Angeles, California, right now are being deported by ICE. My question is if a child is born in the United States of America, right here on U.S. soil, by two parents that are not here illegally, if their child is born here in the United States, would they still be deemed as U.S. citizens even though that they were born over in the United States? Or should the children who were born in the United States that were birthed by parents who are here illegally, should those children also be deported along with the parents? The reason why this is such a huge topic for me, because what if a person who comes to the United States illegally, but they're already pregnant before they get to the United States, but then they have the baby in the United States, even though the parents are here illegally, since the baby is born here in the United States, is that baby considered a U.S. resident? I seen a clip earlier where it was showing that a 3-year-old was arrested and deported in California. I don't know if it's just a clip that somebody stitched together, because y'all know AI can generate a lot of stuff, and AI stuff is real, real spooky. But what is real is the question and the topic that I'm talking about. A woman comes to the United States. Okay, let's put it this way. What if a woman came to the United States illegally, but her husband was an American citizen? The woman gets pregnant by her husband, which is a U.S. citizen. Even though the mom is here illegally, and the mom gets deported, do the baby get deported, or do the baby get to actually stay as a resident since the dad is an American citizen? This whole thing is confusing, because I'm hearing, and again guys, this is not facts, this is just what I'm hearing, guys. I'm hearing that if a person comes over here without legal documents, they come over here illegal, but they don't get in trouble, they're not in the U.S. committing any crimes, they're not getting in trouble, getting arrested, but they come here illegally and they marry a U.S. citizen, does that automatically make them a U.S. citizen? Or are they still prone to be deported? And if so, does the children get deported? If the husband actually marries illegal from another country, but he's actually legal in the United States, can he be in trouble for marrying the woman who's here illegal? Because I know that they have a crime called harboring a fugitive. Now, I'm not saying migrants or immigrants, people here illegally, are fugitives on the run, because the crime that they committed was sneaking into the country or overstaying their visa. But you guys let me know in the comments, do you guys think that a child should be deported because the parents are not here illegally? Basically what I'm saying is, if that child is in school, let's say the child is 5 or 6 years old, the child is in school, was born in the U.S., the child is in school, everything's legit, except the mom is here illegally. Should that baby be able to stay in the country as a U.S. citizen, or should that child also be deported with the mom as well? So guys, leave me a comment what you think of this, and I will do a part 2, because this is a very serious topic. Thanks for watching.
Story time. This is another story about a baby that was born here in America by 2 illegal parents. This is what happened. 2 illegal parents came into America illegally in 2021. In 2022, they had a baby born here in America. So it's a birthright citizenship. It is an American baby. It has a social security number and a passport. Well, here we are, 2025. This family gets deported back to their home country of Brazil, along with 94 other people. Well, when the family gets to Brazil and they have this American baby, the Brazilian government is really confused as to what they're going to do with this American baby in Brazil. They say, hey, this child is not from here, therefore it will not get the free healthcare and the free schooling. The parents are very upset about the Trump administration, because they're saying, well, President Trump didn't give us the option as to whether or not we wanted to keep our baby in America or bring our baby with us. But remember when Trump said, hey, if you're deported, your family will go together. And of course the family's going to take their 2-year-old baby. But now everyone's mad at President Trump, saying, hey, you're deporting American citizens, even though this child was born in America, but their families came here illegally and had their baby here. So here's another birthright citizenship case that we all should think about.
So it turns out the term homegrowns also includes children. Why is no one talking about how 3 children, 2, 4, and 7, were deported to Honduras despite being U.S. citizens? These children were put on a plane to Honduras in fucking April. And my answers is none of y'all business. Let's keep going. Don't even look at it, because I know you was about to say something. What's even fucked up about this situation is that we already knew they were doing this, but what makes it more sinister is the fact that when Rubio was asked did he deport citizens, these motherfuckers said no, we deported their mothers and sent them with them. Because everybody thought the border czar was joking when he said that we could just deport the whole family. But the problem is, these children are in fact U.S. fucking citizens. Oh, to top it all off, the 4-year-old that was deported has stage 4 fucking cancer, bro. And now has no access to her doctor or medication. And the 4-year-old girl and 7-year-old girl are siblings. Imagine having to explain putting a 4-year-old U.S. citizen who was a cancer patient on a fucking airplane and sending them to Honduras where they don't even have access to their doctor. You fucking can't. And the only way around it through the Trump administration is apparently to gaslight and say, we just sent the kids with their moms. They're U.S. They were born in the United States. They're U.S. citizens. This is why they're trying to undo the constitutional right of birthright citizenship, because they've already been doing it. They've already been sending away the homegrowns. And in order to try to backtrack, they need to legalize it. This is
My
alarming.
coworker's niece got pulled over by ICE driving back down to Georgia. My coworker is a black man. His niece is a black woman. She's just light skinned. And they pulled her over in unmarked cars on the fucking highway. She was not speeding. She wasn't doing anything wrong. The only thing that she did wrong was be the wrong fucking color. They pull her over. They ask her for documentation that she's a US citizen. She gives them her license. I'm sorry. Who carries around their birth certificate and fucking passport? I guess we need to start doing that. They make her step out of the car and they're like, okay, we're gonna search your car. Sorry? Now she complied, obviously, because she's a woman of color in fucking America. And who knows what they would have done if she didn't comply. They probably would have deported her to a fucking country that she's never been to just because she looks like she's from that country or whatever. But what the fuck happened to probable cause? And my other coworker made a good point. It's not about if it's legal, it's about who's going to stop them. That's where it's gotten. Like a black woman in America, completely born in America, her whole family's American, born American, gets pulled over by ICE because she looks Hispanic. So they're like, obviously she's not supposed to be in this country. I don't understand how Republicans can sit there and be like, I'm proud to be a Republican when this is the shit that's going on. Literally everything that was in Project 2025 is happening. I don't know why y'all didn't think it would. I was hoping and praying that like it wouldn't, but that was high hopes, I fucking guess, because this is literally from Project 25. This fucking deportation shit happening right now, like naturalized citizens not being able to be citizens anymore and like getting deported or whatever, that's literally in Project 2025. DEI being fucking dunzo, Project 2025. And you guys had Trump over here being like, I don't know that bill. I don't know what Project 2025 is. I have nothing to do with it. Your cronies do, though. They literally said, oh, brown person. Let's go get them. They're not from here. What the fuck? Even my grandparents, who were like Trumpies, right? They're like, yeah, this deportation stuff, it's going too far. If they can fucking see it, why can't everyone else?
Shall we check in and see how great of a job our cowardly, mask-wearing MAGA ICE agents have been doing recently? That's sarcasm. The news cycle has been so crazy the past few weeks. These 3 tragic stories involving ICE have slipped under the radar, so I'm going to tell you about them right now. ICE arrested and detained a mother and her sick child who was here in the United States for cancer treatments. The mother and child are from Honduras. They were seeking asylum here, and their asylum timeline has essentially run out. But instead of being nice and letting this kid continue his cancer treatments, trying to save his life, they arrested them and put them in a detention center. How about the mother who lost her baby in ICE custody this past week? This woman was 8.5 months pregnant. She felt that there was a problem. She begged and pleaded with ICE people for 3 straight days. She said there was a problem. They did not help her. She lost her baby. How about one more? Canadian man held by immigration officials dies in a Miami ICE facility. Now I'm going to fix this title because this title is very, very, very misleading. The gentleman who died came to the United States in 1988 legally. He became a permanent resident of the United States in 1991. He grew up in the United States. So he was technically not a Canadian citizen, although I think you can do dual citizenship. He was a citizen of the United States. This man did run into some legal troubles with drugs and some other things like that. ICE picked him up, a legal resident of the United States, put him in the detention facility in Miami, and he passed away. There's been many, many reports out of that Miami ICE detention facility and other facilities throughout the U.S., but specifically the Miami one, lack of water, lack of food, lack of air conditioning. People are just sweating. They're in sweat boxes with 0 water. This is why people are passing away in ICE detention centers. Oh, and in case you're wondering, there's been 9 people who have passed away in ICE concentration camps since dictator Trump took over as president.
So the story of this 9-year-old I just told you now, it's not one. It's a lot. It's just one out of so many cases that have been going on like this in the US. A lot of it has been going on like this. So many of it. And it's just like it's a plan. Yeah, that's what I'll say. It's a plan to raise the citizenship of thousands of black and brown children in the US, period. Yeah. And if you don't talk about it now and you keep quiet about it, that is how it will just keep happening until you see that there are no more brown, there are no more black children in the US anymore. I'm telling you. So that's why we are talking about these things and we are making our voice loud as much as we can. Because if this child's case doesn't go viral, who is going to speak up for your own? Or who is going to speak up for the next one? We need to shine a light on this before it becomes the new normal. Yeah, it will just become the new normal. Just because so many children in America, especially black children in America, their parents are not documented. A lot of them are not documented. And for me, I just see it as unfair, as injustice on those kids. All because their parents are not documented. They are now going to grow, or they're now going back to a country where they don't know anything about. It's injustice. People should speak about things like this. Topics like this should go viral. People should actually share and discuss about these things. Yeah, if not, it will keep happening and yours might be the next. So now I have questions to ask. Now, do you think that birthright citizenship is under a threat? Do you think that? Do you think that birthright citizenship now is under a threat? Should a child born in the US ever be deported? In my own case, I don't think so. A child born in the US should not be deported. Is a child. The child didn't bring themselves there. They came as a result of circumstances of birth. And so they should be allowed to naturalize in that place. They shouldn't be deported. They shouldn't be. So that is it. I just think it's relationship is just under threat. Yeah. So I want you to, if you've watched this video to this limit or to this stage, please do not forget to like, subscribe, share. Please share this video because someone's child could be next. Yeah, I said it. Stay informed, stay bold, and keep spreading the truth right here on Global Gist with VJ. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.